We move on to the chapter that deals, or with the section that deals with the dowry. Dowry in Arabic means Saddaq, Saddaq, or Mahr. So either way, it's the same thing that is paid for a girl. And the Arabic term Saddaq is derived from a root that means truth. It refers to the money that the groom must give to his bride in connection with the marriage contracts. And this is backed by the Quran, by the Sunnah, by the consensus of scholars of thought that no marriage is possible without giving compensation, financial compensation to the woman. Allah Azza wa Jal says in the Quran, and give the women upon marriage their bridal gift graciously. وَآتُوا النِّسَاءَ صَدُقَاتِهِنَّ نِحْلَةً, with happiness. Don't give the money, the dowry, while you are hesitant or hating that. And Allah says, to those with whom you seek to enjoy marriage, you shall give the dowers or the dowry due to them. And the Prophet ﷺ, in the previously mentioned hadith of that woman who gave herself to the Prophet, when the man said, "O Prophet of Allah, if you're not interested in her, marry me to her." The Prophet asked him, "What money do you have?" And the man did not have anything. So the Prophet said, "Look even for a ring made of iron." And the man was stone broke, nothing. He does not possess a thing, not a penny. So the Prophet asked him about what he memorizes from the Quran. And he asked him about clothes, about a sword, about a shield, anything. When the man said he doesn't have anything, the Prophet ﷺ ordered him to marry her through teaching her surahs of the Quran. And most likely, this was an alternative for something that is tangible, something that is financial. Nowadays, we get rich women insisting that their dowry would be Ayatul Kursi, for example, or Surah so-and-so. This is not something that is recommended in Islam. That was an exceptional case for that man because he had nothing. But for those who possess wealth or money, the dowry should be in money or something that is tangible, something that can be compensated and returned just in case the marriage is needed to be dissolved. A woman needs to leave the marriage and files for khul'. She has to give back her dowry. But if her dowry is Ayatul Kursi, how is she going to pay her husband back? So it has to be something financial if the man is capable of paying it. The following section, now, okay, let us go back to dowry because the book did not mention these things. Let me try to think of things that might benefit you and they're not mentioned. A lot of the people think that giving the dowry is essential to consummate the marriage. In Urdu, they say rukhsati. So in order to get the marriage consummated, the dowry has to be paid. And this is not true. The dowry can either be paid in advance. The marriage night is in 2 months' time, and I give the dowry in advance 2 months. It can be given on the same night. It can be a loan postponed to later on. And unfortunately, a lot of the men delay giving the dowry until the woman dies. And this I have seen so many times, getting questions about this. A man says, or the children say, that our mother died last week and our father did not pay her the Mahr, the dowry, the Saddaq. So is he entitled to keep it, or this is part of the inheritance, the wealth that must be divided? The answer is, it's just like a normal loan. It has to be paid off. Now, a word of advice. A lot of the sisters don't need the dowry, so they don't ask for it. However, this is their right in Islam, and it's part of their savings. So this means that if you got married and your dowry was 5,000 euros and you did not ask for it or take it, every single year you should include these 5,000 euros in your zakat and give 2.5%. Why, Sheikh? Because it's a loan and you're not asking your husband to pay it off. So either ask him every single year to pay it off to you, because this is your God-given right. If he's broke and he cannot pay it, the zakat is delayed, no problem. But if he's capable of doing it, but you're ashamed of asking him, or you don't want to, you have to give zakat every single year. How to escape this? Either he pays or you forgive him. So he tells you, okay, 5,000 euros, inshallah, I'll pay it to you next month. And you say, I don't want it. It's a gift from me. Or you say, well, give me 1,000 euros. I need to do my teeth. I want to buy a new glasses, and keep the rest as a gift. No problem. Because Allah mentioned this in the beginning of chapter 4, Surah An-Nisa, that if they are kind enough to give you wholeheartedly or some of your dowry that you'd paid, there's no problem in that. Among the things that needs to be addressed is that in Islam the dowry is given from the boy to the girl. All financial expenses are covered by the boy. The girl's side of the family do not have to spend a penny. And unfortunately, we see nowadays this trend of imitating the Hindus, where the men live off their wives. We see, unfortunately, a lot of the Muslims, and I have come across, or actually I usually get across such issues on weekly basis, where the girl says that I married a man and his family, they're haunting me every single day for a dowry. And I asked, but this is not Islamic. She says, yes, I know. The area we live in is dominated by Hindus. So his family are expecting my family to purchase a flat, an apartment, and this is okay. If the girl's family wants to purchase a flat or an apartment so that they can live without paying rent, no problem. The problem is when they register it in his name, not in hers. This is dowry. What does he do to deserve such wealth? By marrying their daughter, he's the one who's supposed to financially provide for her and give her the dowry, the house, the furniture, the walima party of the wedding, the whole 9 yards. This is a man's duty and responsibility. But in these countries, in the subcontinent, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, the boy's family, due to their Hindu roots, due to their disbelief or let us say lack of commitment and submission to Allah's Sharia, they demand an apartment. And I've seen people demanding a car, and not any car. They say to the girl's family, you have to buy our son a Corolla, Toyota, 2021, not 2022, because it's almost over. What is this? This is so shameful of the boy and of his family to demand such things. The dowry is only from the boy's side to the girl's side, and likewise all financial obligations such as the wedding, such as the furniture, etc. Yes, if the girl's family want to contribute in giving gifts, the gifts must be in the girl's name. So if they want to furnish her house, so they said, okay, the bedroom, the kitchen appliances, the air conditionings, it's all on us. But it's a gift to our daughter, so if they were to split, she takes everything back to her. In normal cases, the whole house is furnished by the husband, and he's the one who is supposed to take everything if there were to be a divorce. And this is also part of the shameful acts in these areas of the world, when the in-laws, the parents of the girl, keep the dowry, keep the gold of the woman, of the bride. They have no shame. They keep all her gold, jewelry, gifts, Mahr, and refuse to hand it over to her because she's living in their house. And they say, we will keep it for you. I'm not a child for you to keep it for me. You are crooks. You are thieves, concealing my stuff like this against my will. And I have come across a lot of issues where divorce takes place and they confiscate all of her stuff and refuse to give her a penny. On the Day of Judgment, they will face Allah Azza wa Jal as thieves, and they will be thrown in hell for their major crime, which is stealing. Anyhow,